now what we have to do is, remember how I told you that you have to keep, that the player views this from a 60-degree angle? Well, we don't want our character to step back here into the zone where the player won't be able to see him. And Valve has provided a nice little diagram of different ways to do this and bad examples. I'll send you a link to that. It's on the Valve software developer forum. Sorry, not forum, wiki site. And swarm mapping basics. They have a lot of nice information here, but this is particularly useful right here. And the method that we're going to use is the first one that they show, which is angling the southern walls down using the vertex tool. And first, let's get our character over to the southern wall, like we should have at the beginning, but I wasn't paying that much attention. And if you forget what wall is the southern wall, just remember, it's just like a compass on the top view. It's north, south, east, and west. So, let's drag him over to the south wall, maybe about right there. We can rotate him later if we really want to, but it's not that important because whenever he spawns, he's going to face the direction wherever the player's mouse is, so it's not a big deal for this game. So let's select this wall and click the vertex tool. Let's use this view panel here. Let's select this white one right here. And what's nice about Source SDK Hammer is that it will select both ends of it automatically for you, unless you select it in this view pane. So then we just have to very simply drag it out. That should be good. Then switch away from it, and bam, it's done. It's kind of hard to tell in the 3D view, but you can look here and you can tell very obviously that it is slanted. The 3D view has a perspective on that's kind of wonky. It's not the same perspective you get in the game, at least I don't think, but it just looks weird in this little panel right here. So now we are going to create some of the required entities. By every map, these are going to set the map settings, etc. So the first one that we're going to create is come over to our entity tool and type into objects env underscore tone map controller. Just place it down right there. We're going to go ahead and create all the entities, and then we're going to edit them. Then we're going to come over here and type in env, once again, underscore soundscape. Place that down. And then we're going to come over here to entities once again and type in logic underscore auto. So let's first start off with our soundscape. Excuse me. So we're going to name this generator.ent. Gonna increase the radius a little bit, maybe 500. How does that look? That looks good. Okay. And then change the soundscape to interior dot generators. This is gonna make our soundscape, obviously, as you can tell from the title of the entity. So close out of this. Come over here to tone map, and we're going to name it tone map underscore global. Hit apply, and then logic underscore auto. Come over to outputs. We're going to add 4 outputs to this, and we're going to go through each one. We're going to name my named output, set it to on map spawn, targeted entities to tone map global, and then we're going to scroll down to set tone map rate. That'll be the first one we'll do, and then set it to 0.25. Then go to our next one, set it to now on map spawn, tone map global. We're going to do that for every single one, and then scroll down to set exposure minimum. Set it to 1. Next one, on map spawn, tone map global, scroll down to set auto exposure max. Set it to 3. And then go to on map spawn and tone map global, and then scroll down to set bloom scale. Set it to 0.3. Hit apply. Now if we did it correctly, we can come over here to tone map control, and we should be able to see under the inputs all 4 of those. And if you don't see all 4, you did something wrong, so go back and check it. And make sure you did it all right. And I should mention, just as good precaution, double click on logic auto and come over to flags and make sure it says in checked remove on fire. I don't know why you wouldn't have that automatically checked, but just double check it anyways. It's always good habit to double check this kind of stuff. So this tutorial is pretty much over with. Just going to show you how to compile our basic map that we've made. So you're going to come over to File, Run Map, and if this is the first time you've ever run a map, you're going to be on this screen, or unless you've changed it. I recommend you put wait for key press when done compiling on. And if you have a low PC, set these both to normal. But I have a fast PC, so I'm setting them to fast. But the reason why you should put on wait for key press when done compiling is because if there's an error, like a leak error, which is the most common error, and I had that for a long time, it won't immediately close the screen, and you will have a chance to look through the code and see if you can find the issue. And so, but what you should do is you should click on expert. When you click on expert, you will have a bunch of options. I recommend you click on full compile HDR, but there's all sorts of other ones. You can do a fast compile, you can do a full compile, but that's slow, but it renders light maps and everything. Or you compile only the entities. So if you've only changed entities, you can just compile it like that. So I'm going to do a full compile HDR, and I'm going to you'll see how the console screen works and everything. So watch this. See how it's compiling. This is what yours should look like. Then it's pop up. You should be greeted with this screen. Have a little console up here. If you want to do anything, like load a new map or anything, if you hit the key to the left of the 1, has a little tilde on it, you can bring up the command console. And if you don't have this enabled, it should be automatically enabled for this game. But you can just click enable developer console. Apparently I don't have it enabled. But whenever you run it from Hammer, it'll automatically enable it for that session. So you can bring this up, and if you want to load a new map, you just type in map space and the name of the map. If you want to quit, just type in quit. It's pretty simple. So just select any character, doesn't really matter. And testing a map. Now as you can see here, there's some imperfections I forgot to do right here, but you can see the 60-degree angle thing that I was talking about. I really should change this wall, make it more of an angle. As you can see, you can only see my head, and when you bring the mouse down like this, you can't see anything, which is bad. But when you go like this is the part that really matters. You cannot see my head, so I'm gonna have to angle that out more and paint these sides with the correct texture. But it's a simple little map. You can hear that background going on that we created with our sound entity. And that's pretty much it. When you want to quit out, just type in QUIT. Press enter. And that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Stay tuned, I'm going to have a lot more tutorials coming up. Building off of this map, in particular, showing you the ropes for this particular game. This was the basic version, but if you're more interested in more specific to Alien Swarm things, like the new entities that you need and how to spawn aliens and stuff like that, my future tutorials will be more on that.